Hi guys, today's the first day I'm going to direct sow some plants, and what I'll be sowing today, up here is my herb garden. If you've been watching, you know I keep basil and I love cilantro. Sometimes I'll throw a plant in here, but what we're planting today is cilantro. We're planting cilantro up here, and we're doing Swiss chard down in my little garden area where I have my garlic. And the reason we're doing this, these two plants, your cilantro and your Swiss chard, they can be planted out 2 to 3, 3 to 4 weeks prior to your last frost. And here in Western West Virginia, it's May 15th. So we're about 3 to 4 weeks. It just depends on Mother Nature. We just, had a real frosty week. But anyhow, so that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to plant the cilantro and the Swiss chard because they love cool weather. They're cool crops. And you'll notice with cilantro, which is what I'm going to start up here in my raised bed that Reggie made me. I've just taken out some of the old soil, and I'll probably keep half of the soil that's in there, since these are annual plants. They're not a perennial, so we just need to clean that up and add new soil here, which I have right beside me. And we'll plant these about a 1/4 inch deep, cover them up, and then with cilantro, I will, in 2 to 3 weeks, plant cilantro again because
they're going to blow off.
They're going to blow off. Hold on to them, Red. Because cilantro, once it gets warm, it starts to what they call bolt, go to seed. And I like to have a harvest throughout the summer. So that's what I will do is I will, in 2 to 3 weeks, probably the middle of May, end of May, I will plant again. But for right now, we're going to put in the potting soil, and whatever potting soil you like. I don't add any fertilizers to my herbs. I just have, the good rich soil. Get this in here. Here we go. I was, sometimes I get distracted. So there we have it. And you pat it out a little bit. And we will plant our first seeds of the season. And basil will go here, but I didn't start it from seed. I've never done that. I'll try that maybe the next time. So let's get our seeds right where you can see them. I think I'll go down this way. I'm going to do just a couple little rows. Yeah, I think so. And then we'll cover them up. The seeds are really nice. They say about 3 inches apart. Nice seed. You can see what you have. And that's what we'll do, 1/4 inch deep. Then we'll cover them up with a little soil. I like cilantro. It's not Reggie's favorite. Is it, Reginald?
No, it's not. But I know you enjoy it.
Yeah, I love it on eggs. I love it on my hard-boiled eggs and toast.
That's almost as bad as putting ketchup on eggs.
Yeah, I don't do that.
There you go.
There we go. So we'll put our cilantro right here. And
who puts ketchup on eggs?
Michael.
Who puts cilantro on eggs?
Teresa.
There you go.
So there's our cilantro. I don't know if that's correct.
And you got a few seeds left over for later?
Oh, yeah, for later. Yeah, look, tons of seeds. I think there's 50 seeds in here. Yeah, so in 3 weeks or a little longer, I'll come out and plant.
We do like, I do like the result of cilantro, and that is getting seeds for coriander and making our own.
Oh, I love that.
Coriander, ground coriander.
Yes, it's delicious, like I said, with those. I haven't made the tag, but you can see oh, crapola.
Looks like you're going to have some cilantro where you didn't want it.
It's all right. I do have it. This is just my excitement, I'll say. Anyhow, I'm going to water that in, and then we will go down in the little garden and we'll plant the Swiss chard, which I love to eat. Beans and greens. Let me get the water and I'll water that in. But I'll meet you guys down in the garden. Down here, I'm cleaning off some of this leaf debris that I've put on the garlic through the winter. I like my Swiss chard right down here on the corner.
Well, speaking of the garlic, it survived
all
that snow.
I know, the feet of snow. Keep your fingers crossed. And one thing about this is the ruby Swiss chard. I just love Swiss chard. I'm not a big kale fan or spinach, although spinach we throw in our soups through the winter, but the Swiss chard for one of our wonderful meals is, the beans and greens and sausage. It has some texture and flavor. I also like my Swiss chard in a salad. But the best thing about Swiss chard, it's a cut and come again. So you plant a few seeds. Once it's up, you cut the whole thing off when you're ready to harvest one of the plants, and it'll harvest back up. And it also loves cold temperatures, being sown.
Well, just like the cilantro.
Just like the cilantro.
Yeah.
So it's a fun little seed to play with if you've never sown this early in April.
Plus, it's also tasty and nutritious.
Tasty and nutritious for sure. And it grows clear through till it's killed off in the winter. It'll slow down in the summer, just like the cilantro, if it gets too hot. You want to plant your Swiss chard in a nice humusy soil. And if it gets dry, you do want to give it a little bit of water, which I will do. So I'm deciding to put it right here. I've got my own compost right here that will work right into the soil. And we'll get our Swiss chard planted. I'm going to turn this over a little bit. Beautiful day. Beautiful, beautiful day to do this.
Is it?
I think it's a beautiful, beautiful day.
Kind of cold.
Not if you're working it, Reginald.
All I'm doing is holding the camera. That's not much work.
I know. This soil is very good because I don't know how many years I've had this little bed.
Oh, 5 years probably.
And I always, you throw your leaves on there, then you throw compost on it before you start planting anything. This year I have a friend who gave me a lot of her zinnia seeds. It may be just a whole bunch of zinnias. I haven't decided.
Plant any pole beans?
Oh, and I have, Roby's. John Roby's pole beans will go here too. So that, I'm glad you mentioned that. Oh yeah. I usually do, what I do, my veggies, I have small tomatoes, like sweet 100s or some kind of little cherry tomato in a pot. My cucumbers are in a pot. And that's about all I like to have my own tomatoes.
Sometimes we do peppers.
Sometimes we do peppers. And it's so early, I haven't been to any of the garden centers yet.
Yeah. So
I don't know what I'm going to come home with. But I know that I am planting my favorite green, which is Swiss chard. So the soil that's how easy that is. You have your compost here.
That looks good.
I agree. Depending on our weather, last year it got warmer and things just, it's a change in weather. And I should have taken my garlic out sooner than the 1st of July, which they usually recommend. So I'm going to keep a better look and see if they need to come
looking
out.
Around the 1st of June.
Yeah, a month earlier.
Yeah.
So the same thing here. I'm just going to plant probably 3 or 5 seeds because, believe me or not, that's about all you need because they are cut and come again. These are nice big seeds too. So I'll probably put two in each little spot, about a 1/4 inch, a 1/2 inch deep. I'll give them some space between.
The other thing about the Swiss chard, it doesn't take a lot of maintenance.
No, there's no maintenance. Except I won't let Mother Nature foul me up with not watering things like I didn't notice last year. So there we go. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plants ready to go. Cover that up. And pat it down. Nice moist soil. Just like that.
It just seems weird that you're planting these things. 42 degrees is our current temperature right now.
And it's so fun to know that you can. And there's other vegetables and plants you can be planting if you want to this early. I've done my Swiss chard, I don't know how many years. I've been retired for 5. It's been longer than that.
Oh, yeah.
I know. So that's my little Swiss chard. It says Swiss chard tag. I'll make a few tags. But that is it. And I'm thrilled with it, guys. So get out, take a look of a vegetable or an herb that you want to be planting. And it's a perfect time to do that. Thanks for watching Gardening on the West, where plants direct sowing her first seeds of the season. We'll see you the next time. Bye.